Hello, and welcome to Candlekeep Mysteries. Today, we will be experiencing Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme by Ari Levitch. If you're following along in the book, you may notice that there are some slight differences between the way we're running it and the way it was originally written, and that's just fine. Please be relaxed and know that it's all just an inspiration. I'm Dale Friesen, and I'll be running the game, and Paul Saunders is on tech. We have a great cast for this session, and I will let them introduce themselves, starting with Corey.
Hi, I'm Coriander Dickinson, and I will be playing Tobister Greystone, the Tabaxi Sorcerer. Supreme. Extreme. Awesome.
Hi, I'm Cameron Lauder, and I'm going to be playing Crane, who is a human cleric of Ogma. And he has a question, and he's going to get an answer, but probably not anytime soon.
Hi, I'm Nelson Salahub, and I'll be playing Lyndon Silverleaf, struggling first year wizardry student and very successful investigator.
And my name is Andrew Count, and I'm playing Terry Fizzlewit, a level 4 rock gnome wizard. And I am a Candlekeep adjutant of mediocre standing. Just making my way in the world, trying to solve mysteries and organize books. That's me.
So, you are all in the Firefly cellar below the House of Rest. You have gotten up in the morning, you're having breakfast down there. There are 6 employees who actually live in the Firefly cellar, and sometimes they have seekers who are staying in the cellar. Sometimes it's because people want to stay in the cool cellar that's lit only by bugs. Sometimes it's because, oh, there are books actually stored down here. I can say that I slept in the actual library. Sometimes they just run out of rooms up top. Uh, Whatever the case, the 4 of you are among those who have been sleeping in the Firefly cellar tonight. Um, the the breakfast is fine. It's fine. It's not exciting. Um, the lady who runs the Firefly cellar is named Varnier. She has lived here for centuries. She likes porridge, and the porridge is fine. She doesn't like a lot of stuff in the porridge, but it's good quality. So you're sitting around having breakfast. Um, Crane and Terry obviously know each other because they're roommates working down here, one junior adjutant of mediocre standing and one junior adjutant of tolerable standing. But you don't know the other people at this table. So, in character, why don't you tell each other about yourselves over breakfast?
Well, why don't I start off? Uh, my name is Crane, and I am here because I accepted a job to help organize things because I thought I was too smart for something, and I thought I would do a penance. And I got in trouble for doing my job too well. And now I am doing a different penance, which is fixing a book of logarithms. And I have so far, in 2 weeks, fixed 2 pages, and it's 300 pages long.
Ooh, I tell you what, that is a tough job to be given. I don't envy you, Crane.
I
Uh,
appreciate that, Terry. Thank you.
Yeah, they've got me down at the lower stacks, organizing things in the dark. Um, it's got to be absolute pitch black in there because the paper is so sensitive. And I tell you what, even with my because I've got the dark vision going on, I don't know where I'm putting anything. It's just a mess, and gosh, one of these days we're gonna form some sort of union. Don't and he looks around. He looks over his shoulder. It's one day we're gonna form a union. Heads will roll. I tell you what. How about you? How about you? Was it Topister? Topister? What was it?
Tobister Greystone of the Waterdeep Greystones. I do not care for books. I was here escorting a lady French belle from Waterdeep with her business here. Books, I don't care. Whatever.
I
Hi.
see.
Thanks for being so friendly. My name's Lyndon, and I'm from Baldur's Gate. It's my first time here, and I have to admit, I was expecting the place to be a bit more impressive. I suppose there's got to be a lot of nooks and crannies that are, you know, lit by bugs.
Yes, are you not impressed by the light show?
It is what it is, I suppose. Here I am in a dank basement, like so many other dank basements I've spent time in across this cursed land. I mean, this porridge is great.
This gets Terry's hackles up a little bit because he says, "Look, listen. We may be doing some horrible jobs in one of the dankest little corners of this place, but you saw the place on the way in. This is a freaking gigantic fortress on a peninsula. There are corners of this fortress that would just just wipe your mind clean if you saw them close up. There are, and he gets into his own little head. There are wonders. There are astounding. It's like Madeline Kahn and Clue. It's just flames on the side of my face. Only it's the side of your brain and it's knowledge. I can't let that stand. I will tell you, this is a dump, but it's a dump in a glorious gated community that is Candlekeep.
And if you stay here for long enough, you might learn something about yourself, much like I did, because I came here and learned that I am the person who cares the most about logarithms in the world ever, and I don't like logarithms. But here I am fixing a book of them.
Perhaps while you were in the process of discovering that you are the person who cares the most about them, you heard a story about someone who thought the concept was super exciting and used logarithms to calculate how to build a bridge. And they had the tables, which are the tables you know about, and then the bridge collapsed. And they were like, logarithms are terrible. Nobody used logarithms.
What is a logarithm?
Yeah, instead of using logarithms to build those bridges, they could use logs.
Exactly. Lyndon has the right of it. It's a mathematical curiosity that has an application in a field of research that I am unfortunately compelled to follow.
Yeah, there. I've learned something. Good for me.
So let me tell you a little bit about the Firefly Cellar. From the main floor of the House of Rest, you can go down some stairs, and then you get into a large circular room that has a bunch of statues and bookshelves and whatnot, of course, all lit by fireflies. There's a rule that the only source of life permitted in the Firefly Cellars is firefly. And this is a rule that is at least 700 years old, and there are conflicting stories as to why the rule exists, but it's a rule. There's a massive chandelier that may once have been used for other things, but now it just holds jars of fireflies. And the chandelier, which is crazy ornate and heavy looking, is above the open section of this circular room, which leads down to, well, you can look down to another level. There are stairs leading down to that level, that has more bookshelves and more decorations and whatnot. And then from that level, there are more stairs down to sort of the residential area where they put the staff and the guests, such as Lyndon and Tobister.
Oh, I
Yeah,
take it
we're,
back. This place is beautiful.
Thank you.
I have a theory that this is where they keep all the especially old and fragile books, because sunlight or light can have a deleterious effect on ink and paper after a while.
Unlike the dankness.
Well, I mean, there are different sorts of threats,
It's true.
but
There are some things I know for a fact that at the very bottom of the cellar they have books that are not printed on paper, and that's where we keep things with water printed on water resistant materials. There are various rubbers, and naturally occurring chitin. It's really fascinating, creepy as all get out, but really fascinating down there.
oh, I hadn't seen that. Could you show me that later? I would actually
Are
be really
Absolutely.
these
intrigued.
are
There's
these
no
chitinous books? Will they last longer than paper books then?
It depends. It does okay in the damp. If there is a if they get too hot, they will burn. It occurs at a oh gosh. Um, I don't know. Insert some sort of Fahrenheit 451 joke here. I can't remember where I was going with that. Yeah, the chitin's good for the damp, not so good in the heat.
Hmm.
So you guys are on the lower level, which is where the kitchen and the food and whatnot is, and you hear some shouting from above. There's also a thing where the adventure tells me that all of the PCs have been humming the same song under their breath. I don't actually know how to present that to you, but
Hmm.
you perhaps are noticing that other people are also humming this same tune. It's not a tune that you necessarily have heard before.
I
Um,
probably just assume it was like something somebody picked up in Baldur's Gate, right?
Mm.
Probably a pop song of some kind,
Mhm.
sure.
and it's
Um,
just everywhere.
Yeah.
it's just everywhere. You're in a room. There are a couple of hallways off of this room. If you're looking at the map, you're in F7. Um, there's a long hall, F6, that goes to the stairs leading up. The other hallway has various doors to where people stay. If you want details, I'll give them to you. Terry and Crane, you're in F8. Um, Lyndon and Tobister, you've been staying in F12. Um, the large room at the end is where the caretaker lives. Uh, she is a Kenku, which is a humanoid corvid.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how much information to be shoving at you right now.
No,
Um,
it's. You said there was a disturbance upstairs?
yes, there's a disturbance upstairs. And Crane and Terry, you would recognize the voice of Ebder Smallstone. He's a human in spite of the dwarf name. He is, well, frankly, he always complains about everything. He's loudly complaining about something upstairs.
Um,
His daughter, who is 8, is adorable.
Hmm.
oh, well, I suppose it's better to go and have a look at what Ebder's doing before it finds us on its own.
Yeah, good idea. You two want to come with?
Yes, I'm curious
Yes.
what the heck is going on over there.
So you head upstairs. Ebder is complaining to Varnier. She's the old elf I told you about earlier who's in charge of the Firefly cellar. Um, and uh, she says, "Look, it's not for very long. It's just until we can get this sorted out like we did about 400 years ago." Whoa, that's just. I can't stay cooped up down here, and Gailby has to get out into the sun and play, and I think you're being completely unreasonable. Well, no. Last time that the singing madness happened, we just had to sort it all out, and I've sent a request that someone find out how that we sorted it all out last time, and they've said that it will be less than 2 months until they find the old records.
Pardon me, kind elf.
Yes,
You mentioned the singing madness.
yes. Unfortunately, many of us have discovered that we are humming the same tune this morning. This has happened to me before. Um, there were. I don't remember. Was it a fey goddess, or maybe it was a demon? I don't know. Something got brought in, but the point is that anyone who hears the song then starts humming the song compulsively, and that has been happening down here. And the more people who hum the song, uh, the sooner the bad things happen. So I'm just quarantining all of us. I
Uh,
have magically sealed us into this cellar to protect everybody. Well, everybody except us.
if there's
And,
danger, then I must take Lady Franchbelle away.
oh, where is she? Oh, she's staying upstairs. She's not staying down here.
Yes, but the danger may extend upstairs, and then where will I be?
Well, right now you will be the source of the danger. So let me explain how quarantine works. Right now, you have inside your brain a song that is trying to propagate itself.
Get it out. I
Yes,
demand you remove the song.
I agree. We will do that. Well, I have sent off to get the information on how to do it. So we will certainly get on that. In the meantime, Crane and Terry will be happy to take care of any needs that you have.
Fine.
Yes, we're here to assist you. We are adjutants. Crane, how does one remove a song from a brain?
With a different song.
Ah, excellent. Well then, Terry warms up.
But this one's
Oh.
already so catchy.
So we're already getting toward dice rolling, I see. Because if you attempt to sing a different song, the curse song is going to try to have you sing that instead, and you probably won't even notice it at first. You'll start out singing. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to see the woman standing there. I gave you all the lyrics to the song, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Unsingable.
Yeah.
I think we can put at least the first verse to Wellerman.
Okay. Well, that was a disastrous attempt. We shouldn't do that again, should we? Hmm.
Right. Well, Barnier, do you know where these files are kept, where the records of how this happened the last time? Could we get started on where getting this information so we can figure out how to solve this?
Yes, in fact, I have already shouted through. The archives are kept, of course, within the main library, and people are looking for them now. But none of us will be leaving here until they get back. Now, I think that there may have been some of the files moved because of some renovation that is temporarily happening. Now, of course, since both of you have been involved in looking at the files, you know all about this temporary renovation that has been going on since before either you was born. And a lot of stuff got shunted off to one side and stashed around. And perhaps either or both of you suggested temporarily modifying the filing system to account for this, which obviously could be a factor in why you're both in disgrace.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
But as
Oh.
soon as they can find that, they will let us know, and then we will solve all of this. And by this time, Ebder has gone back downstairs.
Uh-huh. Uh, this is because they're using publication date published order. I knew it. I
Look,
knew it.
that is a perfectly valid system. It's worked for
It's
me.
nonsense. It has no objective meaning in the.
How can you possibly understand the books written today if you don't understand every single book that has been written before it? This gives you an order in which you can consume the information and therefore have a proper understanding of it. It's the most
A
useful
rational
way.
filing system doesn't depend on comprehension of the material. It just means that you are able to find it when you need it. And you would need to be able to know, like, if you go to a librarian and say, I'm looking for this book, and they ask you a skill testing question about when it was made, then it's not useful at all.
Well, yes, but then if you know when it was published, then I think you are more deserving of that information than anyone else. And yes, I realize that is probably, inhibits people from getting the information they need and stopping people from having any
Pardon me,
learning done.
gnome. Is there another way out of here?
Not that I'm going to try to remember that with dice.
I want
Can I?
to talk to Varnier while this is happening. But go ahead, Terry. Roll your dice.
Okay, can I make a history check,
Sure.
Dale? Okay. See if I can know this place at all. That's 11 plus 6. Oh, no, 8, I think. If it's that particular skill, that's a 19.
I feel like you would be very aware of the fire hazard that this place is with its only one exit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'd
this
like-
place is a death trap.
Yeah. Good. The employees are saying that. Varnier, was it? I'd like to know if you know where the first person who started humming this accursed song is now. Are they down here with us, or have they managed to get out and get somewhere else? What do we know about the spread of the disease?
So far, no one has left. The first indication we had of this was Gailby was humming it last night. And I thought it was perhaps something that she had made up, but then not only did I find myself humming it, and more of it than she herself had been humming, but I heard other people humming it as well. So the 9 of us are just going to be stuck down here until we solve the problem, as Tobister has requested. And then once we solve it, everything will be fine and you'll be free to go.
4 of us, the caretaker, Varnier, his daughter.
So there are 6 staff people
6
here.
staff. Okay.
I am the senior staff person.
Mm-hmm.
Ebder, who just went downstairs, is in charge of doing book repairs. He has a whole setup in he calls it a lab, it's a workshop, and he rebinds books and does repairs. And then Cthulhu is a visiting scholar. She's being treated as staff. She's here working with the books on regional folk magic, and Crinkle is the caretaker.
Okay. Well, Ebder's daughter, her name was...
Gailby. Cam, I think you're muted.
So Gailby, yeah, you're still muted, Cam. Gailby is Ebder's daughter. Ebder is in book repair. And then
Yes.
we have, once again, a caretaker named Crinkle.
Yes.
Varnier, who we're speaking with. And what's Varnier's title again?
Her title is scribe, but she is one of the senior members of the Avowed. Now, the Avowed kind of is the word we use for staff. So if Terry and Crane were to go someplace like Baldur's Gate and, I don't know, break into someone's home and terrorize children, people would be saying, oh, the Avowed were here and they did this. But if Terry and Crane were to walk through the Emerald Door and look at these people who have been librarians here for 400 years and say, hey, we're Avowed, they would get some looks. Because that is technically true, but, if you're a junior adjutant of mediocre or tolerable standing, maybe don't go throwing around the title Avowed so much. I'm not sure that was your question. Have I answered your question?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, good.
May we speak with the other denizens of the Firefly cellar?
So, Cthulhu is a late sleeper, but she'll be around somewhere. Gailby is probably in her room. Crinkle is primarily in charge of the fireflies, so she'll be definitely be flitting around somewhere. Ebder was just here. Crane and Terry know where all of these people are assigned rooms, and we'll be happy to take you to wherever it is you would like to go, as long as you don't leave the firefly cellar.
Very good. I think we should speak with Gailby.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's go and visit Gailby.
Okay, so you head to Gailby's room. She's been doing some coloring this morning, and she kind of pushes the coloring away when her door is wide open. Since she sees you walking up.
Hi, Gailby. How are you doing?
Good, Mr. Crane. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing fine.
I wanted sausages for breakfast, but there weren't any sausages.
Oh, I know. I wanted sausages too. All we had was that porridge, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gailby, I was wondering if I could ask you a question about the song you were singing.
Okay.
Do you remember where you heard it?
I think I always knowed it.
Really? You don't remember where you first heard it?
Wait. I didn't know it the day before yesterday.
Okay.
I bet I made it up. I bet I'm clever.
Oh,
Daddy
I would
sometimes
believe
says I'm
that.
clever.
I believe you're
clearly
very clever, Gailby. Do you remember what books you were reading yesterday?
I didn't read any books yesterday. Daddy says I'm supposed to read books to learn to be a better reader, because everybody here's a reader, because it's all books all the time. So I should do my book reading.
That's what people who'd like books tell you, but they're not correct.
They're not correct?
No, you can pretend to read the books, but real life experience is how you become better.
You can pretend to read books?
Terry is biting his tongue so hard he's nearly severed it in half.
I like you. What's your name?
I am Mr. Greystone of the Waterdeep Greystones.
Of the Waterdeep Greystones?
Yes, the glorious city of Waterdeep. It's far from here, but not very far.
Okay. Is it bigger than here?
Oh, much bigger.
Are there more cat people? We have 2 cat people. I like you, cat people.
There are not that many of the tabaxi in Waterdeep, but you'll see a few.
Should I say tabaxi instead of cat people?
I believe any cat people you meet would appreciate it, although they understand the other term.
Okay, tabaxi.
Thank you.
I'm going to pretend to read books.
That's fine, Gailby. Can I ask you what you did yesterday?
Yeah, I have some chores. I have to do some laundry, and I have to sweep the floor in my room and in Daddy's room and in the guest room, because
Mhm.
we had guests coming. One of them is a tabaxi. That's what you should say instead of cat people.
Oh, really?
Yes.
When are they supposed to be here?
Mr. Crane, one of them standing right behind you right now.
Noted.
Hello.
And you did a very good job sweeping those guest rooms.
Thanks.
Do you remember anything strange happening yesterday?
Mm, mm. Well, Mr. Fizzlewit, do you remember that really, really fat dwarf who was staying here and left yesterday?
I do. I do? I do. Let's
I
say I
think
do.
he had a fake beard. Wait, no, that wasn't yesterday. That was 3 days ago. But I think his beard was fake.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. Well, um, many dwarves suffer from facial baldness later in life. It's a sensitive issue, so maybe not. We shouldn't bring that up in front of them. But yes, I do remember this person. Did you see them doing anything suspicious?
Uh, yeah. I saw them, um, looking at a book and writing stuff down, which
Oh,
seems silly.
hmm,
Also, she's going to have a few other stories of things that she thinks are suspicious but aren't because she doesn't know what you're after.
right.
Um,
Is this like when an 8-year-old shows you their Minecraft world and you're just sitting there, like your mouth slowly filling with blood?
Yeah,
Being
I'd
like,
like to
"Mhm,
apologize, Cameron. Here, I asked the question that then just derails the entire game.
mhm."
Like,
This is
this
what
is
we're
my
doing now.
house, and it's just like a pile of dirt.
And it's my own curse from my real life. Just like I am actually the bedtime rhyme that you can't get out. And now, for some reason, we're just listening to 5-year-olds talk.
Oh gosh.
Uh,
How do we get blood from this stone?
Can
How
I,
do
Gailby,
we
did you go
can,
outside yesterday to
okay,
play?
so you
Did-
chat with Gailby for a bit. Um, she hung out in a bunch of places. She saw a bunch of people, but nothing that happened outside of the cellar was relevant. She probably talked to everybody down here, um, except maybe Tobister and Linden if you arrived late in the day
Yeah.
because she has an early bedtime.
Hmm.
Um, but she likes hanging out with Crinkle because Crinkle is the non intellectual. I mean,
Hmm.
Crinkle is the caretaker who spends a lot of time with bugs and um, has an intelligence score of less than 20, which is different from most of the staff of Candlekeep.
Okay.
I'd like to ask Gailby if I can see what she's drawing and then use that as a way to look around her room. Is that okay?
So,
In case there's any
Gailby
clues.
doesn't want to show you what she's drawing.
Oh.
How are you at persuading 8-year-olds? Sorry, how's your character at persuading 8-year-olds to do
Hmm.
things they don't want to do?
Probably not super well versed given their life, but we do have, I mean, a deception. We have a persuasion roll we could make. It's not proficient, but we have deception as well. We could maybe try to convince them that letting me see their drawing will be in their best interests because I will have a prize for them.
uh, I look forward to your persuasiveness.
I am 9 plus 2 persuasive. A prize worth 11.
All right. So she's been drawing there are some unsettling images. One's of a man who is lying on the ground and he's got blood pouring out of his ankles and the severed feet next to him. And
Okay.
one is a boy underwater with his hands at his throat. And one is a dog with a hand in its mouth. And then over each of these drawings is kind of a hovering black cloud. Now, if you've read the song lyrics, you'll know that this is from the song.
Woof.
Okay. Well, things are worse than we thought. Should we talk to some other peoples?
I mean, she's just drawing what the song is singing about, right? That's not that unusual.
It's true.
You know, I would do the same thing, but we should find out. Like, I was really hoping she would know where she heard it. Who was
I
this
just
dwarf
don't
she
think
was making
she
reference
would.
to?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, fair point, right? You ask a kid where they got that they're holding, and they're like, I don't know, I found it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's a dog. Where did you find it? Help me out here. Who's the dwarf with the fake beard? Is that?
That was just a story she was telling you because you were like, what have you seen that's weird? And I'm like, okay, what would a kid consider weird?
I see. Well, maybe we could talk to Crinkle next. Maybe.
Maybe Crinkle would have some memory of what Gailby has been talking her ear off about.
Mm-hmm.
So you could certainly find Crinkle. You know that she has a room off the workshop on the middle floor where she cares for the fireflies, but she also, she feeds all the fireflies. She has to deal with basically all the bugs that are all throughout here. And, when any of them escape and Ebder gets all upset and complains, she has to go take care of him and soothe his feelings. You can find her, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Let's go and visit her then.
Okay. Was that finger, I have a question, or was it tally-ho?
No, it's like, to the firefly lady.
Okay. So, she is Kenku, which, as I mentioned, is a corvid-type humanoid, so a raven-style person. Bird friend, if you have bird friends. I'm not sure what kind of memories that evokes for Terry.
Oh, yes. No, well, it's mixed for Terry now because he had a long fascination and love of birds until he was attacked by a large flock of them on a bridge and nearly fell to his death. So he is now he's once bitten, twice shy. Not to say that this person is going to, he thinks this person is going to attack him, but it has some sort of bizarre sense memory when he sees the black feathers fluttering around the corner, and he has a kind of it's okay, it's all right, we're all right.
Kind of grab for a railing or like a wall, make sure the ground is attached.
Exactly. No, it's sort of fine. It's Crinkle. It's just Crinkle. Crinkle's good. Crinkle's a good person.
You've known her for ages.
Yeah, and that was just a new trauma that happened that he will deal with at his own time. But yeah, and he says he goes up to hey Crinkle, hi, how are the bugs doing today?
Oh, lots of bugs today. Got to feed them and clean out some lanterns. I have a schedule. Which lanterns get cleaned which day and how often?
Oh, fantastic! Which lanterns are you working on today?
312, 4002, and B17.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
That's a bold choice. I thought you'd be working on one. That's interesting. You went from 312 to 4,000 to do to 317. That is
B17. B17.
B17. I'm so sorry. It's alpha and numeric. Goodness. Oh, and he writes this down in his little journal of various organizing systems, and is a must implement before my own death.
Lyndon leans over and says, "I think you've got a bingo."
Thank you. Oh, very good. Well, Crinkle. We just wanted to swing by and talk to you about old or young Gailby rather. She was spending some time with you the other day when all this singing madness started to occur. Do you know anything more about that?
Uh, the I like Gailby. Um, when we talk, I feel like we know what each other is saying.
Oh, that's very nice. Nice
Yeah.
to be appreciated. That's good. And have you been affected by this singing madness that has been going around?
I don't think I have any kind of madness.
Oh, good. You'd be one of the first people I've ever met who has been affected by some sort of madness, and that's good. Have you? Are you aware of the singing problem that's going around?
I know that I'm not allowed to go outside yet.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Which is fine because I don't need to go get more grubs till this afternoon.
Oh, well, that's. I think we may be stuck here a little longer than this afternoon, there, Crinkle.
Oh, that sounds sad for you.
Yeah. But wait, isn't it also sad for you? Do you have to stay?
Do I have to stay?
I think we all have to stay down here.
Oh, well, Varnier said some stuff, but I don't always understand her. I kind of stopped listening. I guess if we have to stay, was that an in character you're stepping in, Nelson, or are you?
Sorry, out of character. I just wanted to know if we were asking her if she's affected by the madness, but can we just tell that she was like humming it as we were approaching?
Probably.
Can we just detect that she's also humming it whenever she has a second? Yeah.
And you could even if she wasn't before, she will be. I mean, probably one of you is humming it right now.
It's me.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
me.
So even if she had been correct, which she wasn't, her previously uninfected brain would have been infected now.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, I turn to the group confidentially and say, does anybody have any idea what we could get out of Crinkle here?
So Crinkle saw you writing, and I feel like if you put your pad down at all, she sort of picked up the pen and tucked it in her belt.
Oh, that is horrible. There's a lot of things that you could do to Terry, and that is really terrible. Oh, and yeah, and he said, "Yeah, is anything we could we can ask Crinkle? Any ideas?"
Okay. We could. Well, if she doesn't remember hearing the song, then I guess she doesn't remember hearing it and has just picked it up. Like I'm having a hard time remembering when I first heard it.
There's a shadow in the song. Maybe she's seen a shadow.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you should ask that.
Okay.
I was also going to suggest maybe we just ask her if there's anything out of her routine that happened the last couple of days.
So, because this is a dice game, I will allow you to roll any dice you like to discover that she lies to you when she says that nothing unusual has happened.
Intuition or insight?
Mhm.
Insight.
Insight.
Right?
Probably
Yeah.
insight, but honestly, with 4 magic users and I don't know what you guys have.
I have
Plus 60
modified
insight is
10.
what I have.
Yeah.
17.
18.
Natural 20.
Okay, so she's like, yeah, no, I haven't done anything unusual or different or taken anything. And I think the lowest roll was a 16. Yeah, she's lying.
But what?
You know where her room is, if that's any help. So I think you're on the middle floor, which is the floor that is. There are the two circular rooms. One of them is just kind of a balcony that overlooks the lower circular room. You're in the lower circular room. This is the one that has the hallway to the workshop, the lab. That also. So Paul has brought up the map. F3 is the lab, and F4 is her grub room, and you guys are somewhere in the middle, surrounded by bookshelves, and she's working on lanterns.
Okay, well,
And there's some
she
shouting
just
coming
lied
from
to us.
upstairs. Yeah, she did.
She just lied to us like bald-faced lie about not doing anything strange yesterday.
All right.
And not taking anything.
Why don't you three keep talking to her? Or no, we shouldn't split. Sorry, not a character.
She's going to be, huddle. I want to say this far away from her. We'll leave her workshop, let's say.
Sure. So you can go upstairs where there is more yelling. It sounds similar to the yelling you heard earlier. It's Ebder going after Varnier. You could go back downstairs. You know where Crinkle lives if you want to go toss her room. You could go. The only person you haven't met is Cthulhu, who sleeps really late. Like, I'm guessing it is before 8 in the morning. And she's sleeping till noon.
Well, I mean, like, there's no daylight in here, so you pretty much make your own schedule.
Out of earshot of Crinkle, I'd like to let the rest of the party know that I'm going to investigate Crinkle's room. And I'd like to do it stealthily, and I am 16 stealthy.
So you're going to go downstairs, and then you're going to go that long hallway that gets you to the kitchen. And then there's another hallway, and her room is right at the end. So you're going to have to walk past these other 6 rooms, one of which is used by Lyndon and Tobister, and another which is Terry and Crane. But you're going to walk past Gailby. Like, I don't know how you're going to. I don't know what you're trying for with this stealth. Are you just trying to make sure Crinkle doesn't know, or like?
Yeah,
stealth?
I'd rather not alert anyone I don't have to, but
Okay,
fair.
So I think it's possible to distract an 8-year-old or walk past her open door and not have her see you. Is that what you're going for?
Yes.
All right. And did you roll stealth, or are we storytelling this?
No, I rolled stealth. I got a 13, but I'm +3.
Okay. So I think that's enough that you can trick an 8-year-old.
Okay, I will try to be aware of where she's looking and not go there.
Right. Where's everyone while Lyndon is going to Crinkle's room?
I'm not trying to evade anyone else in the party, so if they're just like following, that's fine.
Terry has noticed that his pen is missing, and is very distressed about that, and is going through all of his pockets and his sleeves, and he looks in his pocket and says, "Toto, have you seen my pen?" And Toto goes, "Thanks, Toto," and goes and keeps. Has anyone seen? I'm sorry. Has anyone seen my pen? Do you see a pen?
Oh, Crinkle totally swiped it.
This is not the first pen that has gone missing. So, yeah, I think you learned after the really nice pen went missing, and so now you're just using like library provided pens.
Okay. Well, if it's a library provided pen, that's okay. I'll let that one slide then. I'll use it later and go, "Oh, nah. I should know better. I should know better. I don't know why I panic every time."
I know. It's okay, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of panicking, it does sound like upstairs Ebder's shouting is increasing. Also, Crane, you've lived here for a couple weeks now?
Mhm.
I think you've also had something small and shiny go missing.
Oh, have I?
I suspect you have. Maybe you haven't. Um,
No, I mean, I do have my. I've been missing my multicolored stone disc.
ah, your
I don't know
multicolored
where
stone
it came
disc.
from or what function it might fulfill, but I had it, and now it's gone.
Okay.
And I feel comfortable blaming Crinkle for it?
Do you?
I feel
Maybe.
comfortable with you blaming Crinkle for it.
Well, I think what I feel comfortable with is blaming Crinkle for the fact that we're going to have to pause this because it's time for a commercial
Hmm.
break. So, um, I need a water refill. I'll see all of you in a few minutes. Welcome back. I hope you're all feeling refreshed. We have Lyndon going down the hall past Gailby toward Crinkle's room. We have Crane and Tobister and Terry hanging back a little, I think, hearing Ebder's increasingly frantic freakout up on the top floor. Um, and I don't think any of you have heard the creepy, disembodied singing coming from a back room. Have you?
Nope.
No. Okay, good. Then that's where we're at. What you doing?
Searching for
Um,
clues.
I suppose I'll go up and see what Ebder's freaking out about now.
Okay. So, um, Crane is going to go upstairs so as presumably not to disrupt the stealth of Lyndon Silverleaf.
Hmm.
Tobister and Terry, are you splitting the party further, or are you going to be with one of these two?
I'll stick with Terry because I don't want to be without at least some chaperone here in this creepy dungeon.
Right.
Uh,
Well, oh gosh, I wonder if I should back up Crane with Ebder. But he's pretty responsible. He can. Would it be too bad to divvy it up more again? Because I have this idea that this Cthulhu person having a specialty in folk magic, and if there's anything that singing madness is, where people speak in these kind of rhymes, I think that's probably folk magic. I bet they're our expert here. Should we?
yes, let's wake Cthulhu up and make sure that everyone down here is miserable.
Right.
All right. So, Cthulhu's room is so it's F13, which is
Down the
right
hall?
in the hall
Yeah.
where Lyndon is trying to be stealthy.
Mm.
So, Lyndon, you get to the door to Crinkle's room and it's locked. How are you with locks?
I have ways of making them unlocked.
I guess that was my question.
Called thieves' tools. I'm proficient, actually. It's become important during my expanded study of magic and wizardry to be able to open doors sometimes, so that you can get at the magic that's on the inside of the door. So
You're kind of bending down, you got your tools out, you're trying to get in there, and Tobister goes up to Cthulhu's door and starts pounding on it? Is that kind of where we're at?
yeah, that sounds
Okay.
good. I'm good with that. It's not right next to the door I'm working on, and
Okay.
we know there
Think,
shouldn't be any on the inside of it.
Terry should be the one to knock on the door.
Oh, thank you. And he goes up and he pounds, just tries to pound just as hard and can't quite make it with his little librarian arms. Eh.
Can't even reach the door.
Okay.
All right. So, you pound on the door, no response. Gailby sticks her head out into the hall and looks at all of you, watches. You pound some more?
Sure, yeah. And I turned to Gailby. Don't worry, Gailby. We're just making the rounds, just making sure everybody's eating their vegetables. It's all good. You go back and draw your disturbing little drawings. It's okay.
Are there vegetables? Because I just had porridge.
Oh,
What kind of vegetables?
it's a figure of
I
speech.
haven't been eating my vegetables.
Good for you, Gailby. Keep not reading and not eating your vegetables. I'm sure you'll grow up big and strong and smart. Now go back to your drawings, kid.
And she looks down at you. Well, I guess you would know all about that.
Oh.
Lyndon pats himself because there's fire everywhere now. That burn was so brutal. Rolling around on the floor to put it out.
Oh, God. Terry has no response to that. Just draw on the floor. Oh, God.
Stamps down the urge to call an 8-year-old child a very bad word.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Gosh, sometimes I guess he's got to let that go. Terry just has to let that go. It's a child that you can't kill a child, Terry. You could. Don't do it.
Probably, yeah, probably.
He said, "Don't Tobaster? We're gonna let that slide. We're just gonna knock again. And knocks."
So, Cthulhu opens the door. She's Tabaxi. She looks out, and she looks straight ahead and sees Tobaster. It's like, it can wait, and closes the door. So, Crane, you're heading upstairs, and you find Varnier helping Ebdir down the stairs. He's pale, he's shaking, and Varnier, so, excuse us, we're just coming through here.
I heard raised voices. What's going on?
Well, there was perhaps some overexcitedness. And Ebder's like, I'm sorry, I just have no memory. It's fine. Let's get you lying down, and I will make you some hot water. I may even put some plant in it. And so she's helping him to his room. He's pale and shaking. She looks fine.
Okay, well, why don't I cast... let's see, Cure Wounds probably wouldn't do anything on this, but let's cast Resistance on him.
Oh.
Just to, like, steady him up.
I can't imagine that feels bad.
Okay. Like, it'll just give him... I think it gives him, like, +4 on his next check to over, like, his next ability check. Something like that.
Right. And subjectively, without looking at game mechanics, I bet it also feels good.
Yeah. It's like positive aligned cleric magic.
You're right. And they're both clever enough to be able to identify low-level spells as they're being cast, so they know what you're doing. They're not alarmed by this. And I think they're both grateful.
Okay.
And that's going to be easier to get him to his room. He wants to look all brave while he's in the hallway because he doesn't want to alarm Gailby.
Why don't... Ebder, Varnier, why don't I take him? And you can get back to work.
Well, I mean, as a guest, you have no... no, wait, you're staff. Yeah, you take him. Sorry, I'm still in thinking of...
Because I'm like...
Yeah.
Lyndon is trying to break into Crinkle's room. Maybe we shouldn't bring him down there right away.
Well, you could get him into his room and close his door.
Okay. Well, why don't I just take him then? And I'll ask him, like, are you okay? You've been... Without saying, like... Without getting into the trap of, like, customer service, like, I recognize you're very upset, sir, but please calm down, kind of thing. Try to probe him gently about what he's upset about.
So, earlier today, he was just like, what? You're inconveniencing me? This is outrageous. And because people are like that. And this time, I think he's going to call it a seizure. He doesn't remember what happened.
Interesting.
The madness might be affecting him differently.
Yeah. You know what? I am going to get him down to the bottom of the stairs, and we're going to
Uh-huh.
find a bench or a chair for him to sit down on.
Sure, probably in the kitchen then.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, somewhere off to the side where he's not going to fall down a flight of stairs if I, put him down. Then I would like to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Oh, interesting.
And, this spell has come a long, long way since AD&D.
Yes, it has.
And now it's, hyper-specific.
All right. So, all of you have this curse. I think you're going to be able to confirm that with this spell.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think you get a lot more detail than that, do you?
No, I get, let's see, what does it actually say?
Oh, I was about to look it up. Thank you for doing that.
For the duration, if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fiend, fey, or undead within 30 feet, as well as where the creature is located. If there's a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. So that isn't terribly edifying.
Yeah, you haven't been desecrated, you've been cursed.
Okay. I'm assuming curses are a totally, different thing within the rule set.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't let you confirm that, but I'm letting you.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, the resistance spell is probably about as good as I can do for him right now. Unless,
I
I
mean,
asked him just kind of how he's feeling, or if he, what was the last thing he remembered?
Well, I was going up to find out if there was any update, and I knew there wouldn't be because, of course, all of this is going to take way longer than it should. But I just need to know, am I going to be able to get spare parts for the binding? Because I need to match some leather, and I never get sent the right leather for matching the existing covers. But if I send back a repaired book and the cover doesn't look the way people like it to look, it just gets sent right back to me with a stern warning, and then I have to start over. But if I'm not getting the materials that I need, I can't do it. So I wanted Varnier to just fix this, but I don't remember actually seeing her until I was lying on the floor and she was helping me up.
So would you say that,
I mean,
okay.
I'm probably just going to have a wasting sickness now. I'm just going to be falling down like this every day for the rest of my life, which is probably
Oh.
shorter now.
Oh, Ebder, I wouldn't say that. I think all we need to do is keep a steady head about our shoulders, and we'll all get through this all right, one way or another. So,
Really?
yeah, Varnier's experienced this before.
Well,
They seem fine. Well, I mean, fine. They're alive
well, I
with no
guess
permanent damage.
check back with me in a few hundred years, and if we're both fine, then I agree to tell you that you were right and I was wrong.
Well, tell you what, Ebder. If you find yourself getting upset again, I want you to come and find me right away, okay?
Okay.
I want you to come and talk to me first.
All right. Well, can you speed things up so I can get the leather I need to do my job? Also, I was promised tea.
I will go and make you a cup of tea. Why don't we go to the kitchen? I'll make you a cup of tea. Let's make us both a cup. I'm going to make a pot of tea. I'm going to make a big pot of tea because this sucks. And I'm also going to make cookies or something. Do we have like
Cool.
the fundaments of food in our kitchen, or is it just porridge?
Dude, it's your
Oatmeal
kitchen. It's not
cookies.
my kitchen. I don't know what you got in there.
I am going to use Channel Divinity Knowledge of the Ages to gain proficiency with cooking tools.
I love it.
There, that's my divine inspiration for Channel Divinity for the day.
There's no way that Dale would have just let you roleplay the skill of being able to cook.
I'm a cleric of the nerd god. I don't know how to cook, but out there somebody does.
Sweet.
So maybe a little bit of a sugar boost, and some food in people's stomachs will. I have a theory.
Lovely.
I have a theory.
I haven't given out any inspiration, but I feel like that's probably about the third point you've earned this game, Cam. So, inspiration for everybody.
Ooh.
You might need it by the end, or you might not.
Thank you.
But you can have it.
You had like a D6 to stuff. I'll ask if it comes up.
I was actually inspiration in 5th ed. Is it advantage on something, or is it adding a die?
So there are many common house rules. I should tell you how I typically run it. Advantage is the main way the rulebook says to run it, but I don't like that because you have to then declare before you use it because you have to roll your d20 simultaneously. I like it better if you can look at that 2 and think, I'd really like to do better. And so my house rule for inspiration is you can use it for a reroll.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
I like it. Okay, so I take Ebder into the kitchen, and I put on the kettle, and I start heating the oven,
Right.
and I use my Channel Divinity to gain cooking knowledge for, like, I've got all these ingredients. I need to learn how to make something that is going to make people feel just a little bit better, right? Whether it's a coffee cake or cookies or something.
Lovely. Perhaps oatmeal cookies.
Oatmeal cookies.
'Cause
I
you
write
have a
down
lot
the
of oatmeal.
recipe.
Yeah.
And then, busy work will make people, work will probably at least give people something to focus on that isn't the fact that we're locked in a room.
Also, the smell is
stress
going to
baking.
permeate that whole hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I have been in bookbinderies. They don't smell as good as fresh baked cookies.
That sense, actually. Probably a lot of glue and tanned leather and,
Yeah. So, is it time to find out if Lyndon has gotten through this locked door?
Okay, I rolled a 9. I think
Okay.
you want like an ability check, but I'm proficient, so I can add my regular ability bonus. Is that how it works? So it'll be a 10?
So, because you're proficient, you can add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
And I think that we'll add your dexterity modifier, and we'll add that to the 9.
Okay, sorry. I'm not sure what my proficiency bonus is. How
should
to
be
figure
2
that out.
right now.
It
Should be just 2? Okay.
at
cool.
level 4. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so I got a 12.
Okay. So, 12 is you got a couple choices.
Okay.
You fail, or you noisily succeed.
Right. I'd like to use my inspiration that Cam earned me with his fantastic role playing and cleverness and roll this die again.
Sure.
I think I actually am better at picking locks than this. I rolled a 9 again, which is just fantastic. Okay, I will noisily succeed, but tell
Sure.
myself that it wasn't that noisy. Okay, so I will, barge my way into Crinkle's room, and then do my best as quickly as possible to decipher what in here could possibly be the source or some link to the madness that we're all experiencing.
Sure. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception.
I mean, I know I have your character here somewhere.
Yeah,
but...
no, that's okay. This is a question I'm going to be able to answer. I think it. So my bonus is -1. Oh no, it's 9. My passive perception is 9.
Okay. So, there's a lot of stuff in here, and this is kind of a messy room. You just made a whole lot of noise coming in here. I haven't heard from Corey and Andy in a while. Do either of you want to interject at all? I'm not going to force you to. I've just, you have a situation here where the guy who's good at opening locks has opened the locks, but he's not good at noticing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm profoundly disheartened by both this grave insult from a child and the fact that I've gone through the anxiety of disturbing someone who's asleep and then having them not being amenable to my interruption, and so Terry's going to slump and then wander down the hall.
No. He slumps. Tobister puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Please knock again."
And Terry looks up. Okay. And raises his little librarian arm again and knocks again on the door.
Okay, so this is in the hallway where Lyndon has just loudly unlocked a door.
Yeah.
I want to get into the room and close the door behind me.
Sure.
As soon as possible.
You can do that. It's dark in there, but there are fireflies around, little glowy... Yeah, anyway. You're in there, the door is closed, and then Cthulhu's door opens up, and she looks out again.
And Tobister makes a claw with his hand and uses mold earth to jam up the door so it can't be closed.
Yay.
Sorry, dear lady, did you hear about the quarantine?
What?
Has anyone been here to inform you? We were just here to ask about your well-being under these extreme circumstances.
Wait,
and
what
try
are you
to get
talking
some
about?
information from you about your activities and whereabouts yesterday.
What? Quarantine? Is there a disease?
Unfortunately, it appears that we have all become cursed.
Nope. Excuse me. And she tries to push past you.
It lasts an hour. It's difficult terrain.
So I think then this is ongoing.
Yeah.
So she's, I don't like being locked places, so I'm not gonna be locked here. And she is. So can we have more of a physical description? You can include her efforts in the description because I'm having trouble envisioning what she's doing. I'm not familiar with the spell.
Oh, with the mold earth? I can take a 5-foot square of dirt or stone and make it difficult terrain.
Got it.
Or
I
shapes,
misheard
colors,
what you
both.
said. Okay, so you're okay.
Yeah, I'm jamming the door open.
Okay, is this ongoing? Can you keep it sort of flowing around her?
It's control. It's a cantrip. Like it's not.
Okay.
It's instant duration. Lasts
instant
an hour.
duration.
Yeah.
Okay. If it were like concentration duration, then
no, it just happens, and it's
okay.
somatic.
All right. So she is getting through this difficult terrain and is just saying nope a lot. Nope, 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 nope.
Well, then ooh, I'm tempted to cast Hold Person.
I don't
to
think
keep...
she's even noticed you yet, Terry.
That's typical. Good. Well, Terry is going to speak up and says, "Now, see here." He goes full Jimmy Stewart and says, "Now, see here, lady. We have a listen. This is right in your wheelhouse. You're the expert we're looking for. This is some sort of." It seems very folk magic-y to me. There's some sort of folk magic-y thing going on where everyone has this singing madness. They're singing this verse over and over again. If you listen hard, you can probably hear about 6 people singing it right now, just in the fire cellar alone.
She starts to listen and then discovers that she herself is humming it. She's like, oh, this is okay. So, I think I can fix this. You're one of the avowed, right?
I wouldn't say that over the in front of the up and ups, but yes, I am. I am an unavowed. I'm a junior adjutant.
Okay, well, get me through the Emerald Door, and I know how to research this.
Here's the thing. Because of the singing magic, that's singing madness, rather, we've all been quarantined in the Firefly cellar, and we can't leave. But is there any sort of research or experiment we could do to find out more about this at all, you think? From here?
Yes. All right. So, what I want you to do is every 5 minutes, I want you to cast Remove Curse on me, and then get me in. You'll probably need rotating teams, and then I should be fine, and I can do the research. But I don't want to stay in here. So I think she is trying to have this conversation as a moving conversation.
Okay.
While she is walking toward the entrance.
Okay. Well, I mean, she couldn't, and out of character, she couldn't escape. What is stopping us from leaving? Is there anything? Do we know if there's anyone guarding the exit, or if they've locked it, or
Varnier told us she sealed it up magically.
she sealed it up magically?
And that's all she said.
Okay.
Now, there are ways of magically locking doors. They're not... something like Shape Earth would be a way to very effectively long-term seal it, but Varnier has been making requests, and she's going to want supplies to come in, so she's probably just magically locked the door. Something like a knock spell might be able to get past it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, gosh, and she's probably going to make a beeline for the exit.
That is, in fact, what she's trying to do, yes.
Okay.
So, Crane, cookies take a little while to bake.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like realism compels us to remove Cam the performer. Therefore, I am ejecting realism and saying that you have a lovely magical oven and the cookies are ready.
Cool. Much appreciated.
And this could time with the arrival of Cthulhu and Tobister and Terry walking into the kitchen as Cthulhu is trying to make a beeline for the exit.
Whoa. Where are you going?
And she's walking. She doesn't even realize you're talking to her.
Oh, that's our folk magic expert. She's trying to leave.
But she can't. We're quarantined.
Right. That might be trouble. And
Cthulhu, do you know what quarantine means?
Yes, but there are usually ways around it.
But it's from Old Thracian. It means 40.
Well, I'm not 40 yet.
But we're going to be locked away here for possibly several weeks while we get it figured out.
I will send you cookies to help you in your lockedness.
Can we ask you some questions before you leave?
So I think she's still walking, and if you're with her, she will keep talking to you. So, I would like to know what Lyndon's doing.
Well, after a thorough search of the room, if Lyndon hasn't found anything compelling, he'll lock the door and then leave and try to find the rest of the party.
Ah, well, happily there was an if-then statement in there, which does not activate. So, you do find something compelling.
Okay.
Because a thorough search of the room is not your passive perception. It's you actually taking some time and looking around. And since, well, enough time has passed to bake cookies, so clearly that's enough time to thoroughly search a room.
Magical search activated.
There was, in the dark here, you were looking at the fireflies in their various forms, and you could see that there was a little hole where they were getting in and moving around in perhaps a place behind the hole, and the light was coming through, and you were able to say, hey, wait a minute, that is a poorly disguised secret compartment. Now, it doesn't have to be those words. I don't know that I have Lyndon's voice down quite correctly, but that's the idea.
Ah, a poorly disguised secret compartment. Surely we'll get the caretaker's treasures this way. All right, let's try to get into the secret compartment.
All right.
Carefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, please give me a thief tool roll for getting carefully into a secret compartment.
All right, we got a 9 coming up here. Hey, there's a 1 in front of the 9 this time. So I think that's a modified 22.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, with a 22, I think you tell me how it goes.
Ah, yes. I feel around cleverly with my tools and find the exact placement of the latch inside, next to some fireflies that are swarming around the little, hidden latch for this door. And I gently pull it open, making sure that it doesn't bump into any of the other furniture or the wall as I reveal the contents of the secret compartment.
Okay, so the secret compartment is full of small, pretty objects.
Ah.
So there's a multicolored disc in there, and there's a weird kid's book, and there's a lovely pen, and there are some magical potions labeled magical potion. And there's a ring, and there's an ornate dagger.
I want to read the book as fast as possible, like skimming every page to find anything like the song that I can't stop singing.
That is super easy because the book contains no pages. The book is a pop-up book.
Oh.
So you open it up, and you see it's got some... it has like a music box installed, and the various pop-ups, there are 4 pop-ups, and it looks like they should be moving a little bit like a music box does when you wind it up.
Okay. Are they pop-ups of like a dude getting his feet cut off and like a dog carrying a severed hand?
That is so clever you can have your inspiration back. Yes, those are 2 of the 4 pop-up things. Also, I'm not sure I got to it, but there are 4 lovely glass bottles that are empty, but they're blown. There's some pretty craftsmanship here.
Are they labeled empty bottle?
If you'd like them to be.
There's a note on the inside of the bottle, like rolled up in a scroll. It's like, this was delicious. Yeah. Okay, I wish to secret away the pop-up book as best I can and leave the rest of the things and carefully conceal the fact that I have ever been in here other than the missing book, and then lock the door behind me as I leave Crinkle's room.
Well, I can see from your character arc that you have a lovely cloak, so I think you can stash the book under your cloak. Your room is quite close to Crinkle's room. You could just go directly into there. That sounds like I'm playing your character.
No, that's
what you
okay.
doing?
I just want to find the rest of the team. So I'll leave Crinkle's room and look around, and if there's no one,
There's a lovely
hall?
smell.
there's a great smell. Okay.
Yeah, the door to the kitchen is open because Gailby just opened it because she can smell the cookies.
Right. I do want to try to be stealthy again, as I don't believe anyone's seen me go into Crinkle's room. So I'd like to get back to the far side of the dormitory area, like the bedroom area, without being detected. But I don't know if there's anyone around.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, there are all those people in the kitchen at the end of the
Right.
hall, and the door to the kitchen is open.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, I thought it was one more hall down. That's fine then. I will do my best to stay in the shadows of the firefly cellar until I get to my room, and then close that door softly, and then wait a second, and then loudly open it, and then stroll into the kitchen. Hey, smells like cookies, and
Have
then
you
I'll
left-
survey the scene.
Have you left the book in your room, or is it
No.
still hidden under your coat?
No, I want to have it on me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the scene is that Gailby is trying to get as many cookies as she can without being seen. Ebder is seeing her. Crane is trying to get Cthulhu to talk to him while she walks away. And I think Tobister and Terry are
Questioning Cthulhu.
as she walks. And I feel like Terry has drawn himself up to his absolute full height as he walks past Gailby.
Yep.
Okay. So is Cthulhu leaving? They're following Cthulhu? Is that what's going on?
Yes, for one brief shining moment, we have all four of you in the same room.
I'll just follow the party. I'll wait to talk about my find until after this next scene is done, like a good player character.
So Cthulhu has become agitated, and she's basically making a beeline for the exit.
Okay. Basically,
you-
everyone is like crammed together now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Varnier isn't here, but other than that, 8
Crinkle,
of the
right.
9 of you... Oh, Crinkle isn't here, so 7 of the 9 of you. Right, thanks.
Yeah.
It's just going down my list.
So there's like Cthulhu moving as like an unstoppable force, and then the four of us just kind of like mingling around her, like kind of like a walk and talk.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tobister has probably experienced this. When Tabaxi decides they're leaving or going someplace, they leave. They get there.
So,
I speak up and say, look, I realize that we're all in a state of heightened emotional stress right now, but I think
Where were
it'd be
you yesterday?
very important
what did you do?
if we stop talking
Who did you talk to?
and just relaxed. And I hold out my the blank page of Ogma,
Mhm.
and I cast Calm Emotions.
Ooh, I love it.
On a spot centered within 20 feet of me, or no, within range, I think it is. Hold on.
It's certainly going to have no trouble affecting the kitchen.
Okay. You can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened. When the spell ends, any suppressed effect resumes. It lasts for like 1 minute, but all I want to do is like just sap everyone's momentum.
I think that's going to work. That's awesome.
Okay.
Combined with the milk and sugar and the cookies, it's going to have a really powerful effect.
Like, I think Ebder was already much better from these divinely inspired cookies.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a great recipe. I picked up some dried mango when I was in Baldur's Gate a few weeks ago, and I managed to keep it even after I mistook that that owl bear for a bugbear and spent 2 rounds dead. So, I mean, like, we're all going to be fine. Just everyone chill. I think whatever this is takes emotions of heightened stress and turns them into catastrophic fits of temper. If you pay attention to the lyrics you're singing, you will notice there's a lot of shocking and surprising acts of violence from people you would not generally expect it from, leading to bad accidents. So, in spite of the fact that we're all under heightened amounts of stress, I need everyone to chill.
So was that about a minute?
Yeah, that was about a minute.
And it worked. And I think Cthulhu is going to give a big yawn and realize that she has not had anywhere near enough sleep and head back to her room much calmer, but taking some cookies.
Cthulhu, if you find yourself upset again, I want you to come and talk to me first.
Who are you?
My name is Crane, and I am here doing something I hate.
Okay. Wait, I thought we would talk if I were the one upset.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Well,
correct.
I'll talk to you later then. Thanks for the cookies.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
So, I think we have her going back to bed. We have Ebder trying to give some cookies back that he's confiscated from Gailby so that, Lyndon can at least have one.
I'll split it with Gailby when he's not.
So
Ooh,
she
not,
has like
not my favorite delicious recipe.
she's got this bright yellow sort of Little Red Riding Hood cape cloak thing that she likes to wear, and you can see that it has interior pockets that are just bulging with cookies. So yeah, you give her the other half of yours, and she yeah.
When she's out of earshot, these are really good, Crane. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I found them in the Akashic record of all knowledge. I wrote it down though, so I can probably make them again if I remember how to use a fork.
Okay, if Ebder is the only other one in the room besides. Sorry, yeah, Ebder's just taken Gailby back to her room.
Sure.
Did I hear that right? Okay, so if I have just the player characters, I'll reveal what I've found in Crinkle's room. I'll just do a quick look around to see if anyone else is here.
If you tell me you're in an empty room, I will say yes.
Crane, Tobister, Terry, I discovered this hidden away deep inside of Crinkle's room, and I believe it's relevant. And I'll start reading this pop-up book. This is clearly an intricately made, very clever children's entertainment piece depicting some of the same things that we're constantly singing about. This can't be a coincidence.
No. Can I see it?
Please.
Uh,
I'll let everyone look at it, yeah.
Is there a little wind-up handle on it?
Yes.
Is this one of our books?
Yes.
Does it have a filing number? Like, does it have like an index where it's supposed to be?
Yes. I'm not sure what you're going for, but
like I just want to know where she
Candlekeep.
found it. Like, it is from here, right?
Yes, this is a Candlekeep book. It's damaged, so it would have been in the workshop,
right,
waiting to be repaired.
Right. Okay. So this is from outside the Firefly cellar.
Yes.
Okay.
But books from anywhere in Candlekeep that need repair work get sent to the fireworks cellar, and then that's Ebder's job.
Right. Okay. And that's how Gailby probably found it. Right. This makes sense to everyone else.
Well,
right?
I don't know if Gailby
was
found it or not. I found it in Crinkle's room. Now, your pen was also there, and I saw a multicolored disc. I believe someone was talking about that. There were several little shiny things in there. Yeah, I didn't take all these things because I just don't want to
take all the.
Just don't want to have that conversation or have that on my conscience. I can't traumatize this person for the things that they're hoarding inside their weird little underground nest. That ain't me. But you know what is me? Finding an end to this silly song we keep singing. Hopefully before any of us kill each other.
Should we take the book to Varnier?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask Gailby or Ebder about it first.
How is it damaged?
So there's a music box component to it.
Mm-hmm.
None of you have wound it up yet, as I...
No.
Okay. It looks like there may be an issue with the mechanism.
Okay. I'm going to cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay, it's magical.
What kind of magic? Is it the same kind that's causing the curse?
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
So there are
as
these
a cleric
four...
of
Go.
As a cleric of Ogma, I have Identify as one of my domain spells, which requires 100 GP. And I am an avowed. So
Maybe I could go back into the...
I have Identify as a prepared spell. If we're talking about the same one, I could...
Yeah. It just has this enormous material component cost.
Oh, I see.
I've never known how to do this in D&D. I don't think Identify consumes the pearl. You just need to have it.
If it's a... I'm getting my additions mixed up. Okay, so...
it doesn't say it consumes the pearl. Normally it will say it will consume it.
Cool. Why don't I just tell you what's going on with this book? And then there will be a break after that. So that... Because I think we're still on schedule here. So, the book is absolutely the source of the curse. Mm-hmm. Using whatever divination magic you're using, you'll see that the book talks about some things that have happened with the curse. You get confirmation that this is what you heard about earlier from Varnier, that it does spread by being heard by people, and the more it's hummed, the closer it is to summoning Shemshime, whatever Shemshime is. And the book also contains the solution to how you get rid of the curse. You just have to listen to the whole song.
So we have to fix the music box.
You have to fix the music box. And we can do that after our break. Welcome back. This is apparently a game about baking cookies and fixing music boxes. So, what are we doing next?
Skipping to the end of the book and finding out how it ends.
So there are no pages. This is literally a pair of covers, right? Or so you open the covers. There are the pop-ups. There's the music box, and the music box. I see winding motions, Cameron. So you wind up the music box, and it starts playing, and the words kind of supernaturally are imposed over the music box, and it gets to the end of the third verse, and kind of skips a bit and goes back and starts over.
Well, there's our problem right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Terry gets out his set of Tinker's tools because he is a rock gnome, and it is he has proficiency in artisan's tools and Tinker's tools. So he takes out he takes it out and he dusts it off because he never has any opportunity to work with small clockwork things.
Isn't this is like the dream, isn't it, for a rock gnome?
Yeah.
You can be in realms for years and years and years playing campaigns and
never a music box.
Yeah. It's like someone unexpectedly being able to play a musical instrument very well. You had no idea. You can play the oboe? Yeah, I was first chair for a decade. So Terry takes out his toolkit, flashes back to, I don't know, warm Saturday mornings being shown by his father how to put watches back together. And he goes, and cracks his knuckles. I can't, but Terry can. I bet I could take this sucker apart and work my magic on it. My non-literal magic. And can I start taking this apart with my tools there? Should I roll for something?
You may. I don't know why you're asking me. Just announce what you're doing, and we'll do it.
Okay,
I'm going to say yes.
Then I do that, and I got some sort of Dungeons and Dragons screwdrivers and things ready, and I go, this is a very magical item. If I start screwing around with this, is it gonna make things worse? What do you all think?
I propose we smash it.
Terry, I like your approach, and Crane, why don't you just stay nearby in case anyone needs medical attention?
Yeah, no, this could totally make it worse. Yeah.
I'll try to just I'll kind of wander in and around the two exits of the room, so I have a little bit of advance notice if anyone else is coming into the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, if this got worse, I wouldn't have to work on that book anymore.
This is going to take long enough that it seems highly unlikely no one will walk through the kitchen. If you want to move to one of your rooms, you can. Otherwise, be aware, shortly someone's going to walk through the kitchen while you're sitting here doing this.
Should we keep this a secret, or should we tell Varnir, or maybe Ebdur? Ebdur might have already had this book in his possession and been trying to fix this music box.
I mean,
or Varnir might remember the trick to it.
Yeah, that stands to reason. Why don't we go and find them?
I mean, the trick to it is you take out your tinker's tools and you roll some dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the trick to fixing the music box, that is. Mm-hmm. But yes, we could split the party again. So Terry is going to fix the book while... Who's going looking for Varnir?
I could go look for Varnir. Or no, Tobister, if you want to go look for Varnir.
Yeah, I'll go look for Varnir. Lyndon can come along or scope out the kitchen more.
Sure. I feel like talking to Ebdur or Crinkle or Gailby again won't necessarily be useful. So why don't you and I go talk to Varnir and Crane? I feel like someone needs to stay near Terry in case
I'll stay near
box
Terry.
blows up.
Yeah. Why don't I cast guidance on Terry?
Perfect.
Excellent.
So you get... Are you a willing target?
I am. I don't know what this is, but I'm willing. What is this?
You can roll a die for and add the number rolled to one ability check of your choice. You can roll the die before or after making the ability check. The spell then ends.
Okay.
So you're going to be making an intelligence check and adding your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
Using your tinker tools.
Okay, here we go.
And Lyndon and Tobister have wandered off to find Varnir.
Mm-hmm. Marvelous. Well, let's do that. So Terry gets out his tools, and he, like he's trying to defuse a bomb, sort of.
Don't tell us the result yet.
Okay.
Roll it if you like.
Okay.
Danger UXB unexploded book.
Okay.
So, Tobister and Lyndon, you head up a couple flights of stairs, and Varnir is just kind of by the exit, which has been magically locked, and she's, surprise, reading a book. Hello.
Varnir, good to see you again. While we were perusing the stacks, we found a very interesting children's book / music box, which has depictions of some of the same content as the song we're singing. You mentioned earlier that many years ago, you and some others at Candlekeep solved the same problem we're struggling with right now. Does this sound familiar at all?
I think so. I was affected by the curse, but I wasn't part of the solution. But did you bring the book with you?
No, it's Terry's looking into it more closely down in his room right now.
All right, well, let's go to Terry's room. She double checks all the locks on the door and she comes with you downstairs.
Suits me.
Okay. And it's a tough enough job that you're able to go say, hey, come look at this and get back before he finishes. Which he does now. How'd it go?
It went really well. I got a cumulative 23.
Ooh, that is very well. So,
And
you fix the music box.
Hooray!
And then you can hear the fourth verse.
Oh,
Now, you've had a little bit of a tease about it because there are these 4 little dioramas in the book. And you've seen the first 3 books, but there's a fourth that has... So you saw the boy underwater, and you saw the mom and the dad, and you saw the dog. Well, now you see the daughter. And here's the fourth verse. See a daughter grinding grain, wish the spirit's time was through. Trap set for the shadow bane, her millstone killed it true. So, and you can see that she's kind of milling, basically combined with the divination magic that you've cast. You kill Shemshime by dropping something heavy on it. And if you kill Shemshime, the curse ends. And if you want to summon Shemshime for sure, get a few people to hum the song for several hours and then play the music box. So, congratulations on that. The next step to all of this is called rolling initiative.
Okay. Ooh. That's a 15 for Terry.
11 for Lyndon.
I can't type that quickly.
Sorry.
15 for... No worries. I just had to bring up the other window. Crane, how did you do?
5.
And Tobister.
22.
Okie dokie.
Do we have anything heavy?
The chandelier?
But the oven. Yeah, chandelier might work.
So, Shemshime is starting to materialize in front of you. It's this big shadowy thing. You can see the shadow in the 4 dioramas. Also, you remembered seeing the shadowy thing in Gailby's drawings. Also, you have the magic in your brain. So you know this is Shemshime. It's black. It's just in the process of materializing. Before it gets here and does something nasty, though, Tobister, you are a speedy reactor person. Do you want to do anything? You don't have to.
Trying to think if
You
there's
just want
something heavy
initiative.
nearby. Like, are we pulling this to the kitchen?
You're in the kitchen.
We're in the kitchen. Okay. How is the... I want to look at the chandelier. How is that attached?
So the chandelier is in the round room.
So there's nothing here. Nothing useful here.
Is Shemshine like materializing out of the children's book music box, or just from the floor?
I would say nearby and is focused on the music box.
Okay.
So you guys are all kind of hanging out in the kitchen. Terry is at the table, and he has just triumphantly tinkered. And then nearby is this vaguely humanoid, black, misty, hard to see thing. So, Tobister, are you doing anything?
Detect thoughts. Might as well.
Oh, I love it.
audio doubling of the
So there's a
of the
wisdom
sound
save.
we've been had inside of him.
If I try to probe, but otherwise, for the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures, which have an int of higher than 3, and I can, for a full one of my rounds, focus on them, and then another round attempt to probe.
Okay. So what do you get the round you cast?
Initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what it's most on its mind at the moment. Emotional
Free
state.
at last. There's my chain. I have to grab it. And he's focused on the book.
All right. Keep the book away from it.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terry, you're sitting down. You've just listened to this creepy song in this thing you've fixed because you're this rock gnome.
Mhm.
So you've got, that triumphal energy going. Now there's this this 7 foot tall shadowy figure.
Lovely. And Tobister has said the keep the book away from it
Yeah.
thing. So I think Terry's fairly intelligent, and I think he's able to put together the situation. Okay, this is important, and we've put together through the book that something heavy needs to be dropped on this thing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then he's going to look around the room at the faces at the room and see that most of us are thinking big, heavy chandelier in the big round room, and he is going to. How does this work in terms of actions? He would like to swipe up the book. And say, "Hey, big, shadowy, and ugly, you're not getting this," and runs out of the room, making his way as far as he can get in his turn to get up to the big round room where the chandelier is.
So, Shemshime is standing directly between Terry and the hallway. But Shemshime has not finished materializing. Are you willing to run through Shemshime?
I'm willing to misty step through Shemshime into the hallway.
Okay, so you grab the book and you misty step.
Yes, if I can do all that in one turn.
Yeah. Grabbing a thing is called an interaction. You get one of those per turn in 5th edition. Casting a spell is an action. You can do that.
Excellent.
And then standing up, that's also an action. Otherwise, you'll show up in the hallway sort of in seated position and probably just collapse. So I'm guessing you grab the book, stand up, misty step.
Yes, I would like to do all of that.
Okay, so you do all of that. How far down the hall are you?
I am as far as I can see, so probably not that far. If I'm in the kitchen, I could maybe see 5 feet out of the doorway.
Great. That sounds exactly like what happens. You're 5 feet out the doorway. And now you can see the rest of the hallway, but it's no longer your turn.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, I see whose turn it is. It's Shemshime's turn.
Uh-oh.
So, I have good news for Tobister and Crane and Linden and Varnier. Shemshime has no interest in any of you whatsoever. So, what we are going to do is we're going to have Shemshime finish materializing and move up to Terry. And when I say finish materializing, I should. That's a misnomer because he doesn't, but he's as materialized as he's going to get. Because he's sort of this partially insubstantial, shadowy being. So you're not going to make any details out other than like the red glowing eyes, like a Jawa. It's just other than that, he's just sort of shadowy, smoky, partially insubstantial. And he's going to reach out and try to touch Terry. So, I have to roll some dice here. All right, that looks nice. How's a 17? Does a 17 hit you?
A 17 um uh does, yeah, even if I cast shield right now, that'll still hit me. So yeah, 17 hits me.
Okay. Uh, and that is 14 points of damage for you, Terry.
Okay. Terry can take it. Not much
Yeah.
more than that, but Terry can take that.
And that's all Shemshime does. Lyndon, you're in the kitchen. You're being ignored.
Okay.
You could kick back. There might be some beer in the fridge. You could take a look.
I want to. So, sorry, Terry and Shemshime are in the hallway,
Correct.
and Shemshime's trying to kill Terry. So, can I. Do I would like to run past Shemshime if possible. I don't know if this can provoke an attack of opportunity or if there's enough space to kind of do that. But I would like to, like, go in the direction of Terry.
Okay. So, hallway, kitchen, Shemshime, Terry. They're very close to each other. Where are you trying to end up?
The same place that Terry's going, or preferably up towards the chandelier if Terry's going to the bottom level. One of us needs to go up and, like, cut the chandelier open.
Got it. So you're just trying to rush on past.
Yeah, if possible. If it looks like I'm going to get murdered for trying, then maybe I won't do that.
Oh,
I'm just not sure how big the hallway is and how big everyone else is.
I mean, I think there'll be an attack of opportunity, but surely, you could take one hit, right?
I mean, probably.
I also don't know what your character abilities are, so
Right.
if you've...
I have a sword and some bad spells. So I could just try to attack Shemshime too. I also was hoping to just yell, like, Varnir, are you any help? And then my other thing I wanted to yell, if possible, is, Crinkle, there's a shadow demon just appeared and it stole your shiny book. Hopefully that'll get them involved. Yeah, I don't want to get attacked by opportunity by this thing. I'll try to stab it in the back with my rapier.
Okay. Well, you've got
if that's
advantage on this from flank.
Okay. So advantage means I get to roll twice?
Yes.
Take the better one? Okay.
Yeah, Shemshime is not paying attention to you.
Okay, my first one was a 6. That's probably going to miss. But my second was a 18 plus 1 for 19.
19 is a hit.
And then I rolled 5 for damage.
So when you say you rolled 5, are you remembering to use your sneak attack?
Yeah, I only got a 2 on my first, and then my sneak attack gives me plus 3.
Wow. Okay.
Right? Yeah. It's a D8.
It happens.
Isn't sneak attack 2d6?
Anyway,
I will accept the 5.
Okay.
All right, so you have done 5 points of damage to Shemshime.
I used the D&D Beyond dice this time.
Okay, so well done. Crane, what you doing?
I think I need to cast Shield of Faith on Terry. Or
thank you.
possibly Cure? Cure Wounds might be good.
I'm not dead yet. I've got like 16 hit points left. He's rolled really well on all of his level up hit die things.
Let's cast Shield of Faith on Terry then. That'll give him +2 to AC.
Thank you.
And I will chase everyone into the main room and yell at Tobister to get to the chandelier.
Okay. Well, interestingly enough, it's Tobister's turn.
Did Varnier do anything? Is she going to be involved, or are we just...
I should put her into initiative. She has a magic item she's getting out and preparing.
Okay.
But, yes, so she is doing stuff. She has not done anything that affects stuff yet.
So the hallway's all blocked up. with people who are in the way.
Yes, that's correct.
So I might as well try the probe on Shemshime, which is just a wisdom save.
Okay. How's an 11?
No, it's 13.
I fail.
Yeah. I can ask questions to direct the thoughts, but I think I'm being ignored, so I just get like impressions on emotional state and like desires and worries.
Okay, so emotional state is basically feeling triumphant because it's been locked away. He's been locked away for all this time, and finally, some enough people have sung the cursed song that he's free. As long as he can just get the book back, he'll be out and spreading Shemshimeness all around the world.
Right.
So his ambition is to get the book and then leave.
All right. So I'm going to move down the hallway behind Lyndon.
Okay. Well, if you're behind Lyndon, then I am not reacting and attacking you as you go past. But that means it's Terry's turn. So Terry, you're the person who's on the other side of Shemshime.
I am, and it is now occurring to Terry, and how much danger he has put himself in by grabbing the book and shouting at a shadow demon, "Come and get me! Come and get me!" And is now, after taking that 14 damage, going, and I don't know how that happened. Is it just like one big sort of nebulous black claw coming down at his back? Is like.
It says it's psychic damage. Is that helpful?
Oh, sure. Excellent. Well, then he gets a pang of the same sort of devastation from that child insult that happened to him earlier. And he goes, ah! Just sort of occurs, like might occur to you in the middle of the night as you're trying to go to sleep and you think of something horrible that happened to you. And that is really, that it hurt him enough that it hurt his body. Going, ah! And I can use I believe I can use twice my speed if I call that my action on a turn. Is that right?
To dash, yeah.
To dash, so that would make it 50 feet. How far am I away from getting up into the middle floor? Is that where the chandelier is? Or is that in the top floor?
Gotta be a scale here. Why don't we say that 50 feet will get you to the middle floor? Or to the stairs to the middle floor, and you're partway up the stairs.
One square is 5 feet. Okay,
but they're one floor down from that, Paul.
I see. Okay, well, yeah. If you say that gets me to the middle floor, I guess that's the plan. I guess that's where we're going. That's where we're going.
Yeah, I think you're on the stairs.
Okay.
I think you started in F7, and you got just inside the door. And now you've run all the way to the far end of the hallway, and you're partway up the stairs, and that's where you're at.
Okay, and I guess that's the plan. I can't cast anything because that'd be an additional action. I just want to try to beat feet to as far as I can. So yeah, I guess that's my turn.
Okay,
prepping myself for another hit. Oh, and also if Shemshine is going to try to attack me again. Yes. I would like to employ my portent skill, my School of Divinity thing, and give him a bad roll on that attack roll if that is that's going to happen.
Okay. I look forward to seeing that happen. It's not going to happen this turn because he has to maneuver, but he does get ahead of you, right? So you're climbing the stairs, but he can fly.
Of course.
So he just sort of zips past you and is now at the top of the stairs, at sort of the doorway into the second floor.
Oh dear.
So Lyndon, you've seen Terry and Shemshime disappear into the stairwell.
Okay. I will rush up to Terry. Cool. And yeah, I think my movement is probably the same as his, so I'll just try to catch up to him and probably be right behind him. I'll spend my turn just like Terry did.
Okay. Varnier has gotten out a tiny little pot, and she is starting to pour powders into the pot. Crane, what you doing?
We figured out what Crinkle stole from Varner.
Can I see Shemshime?
No. But if you move to the bottom of the stairs, you could see Shemshime. He's at the top of the stairs. Okay.
I would like to cast Guiding Light on Shemshime.
Oh, interesting. Yes, that'll work.
It does radiant damage. Okay, or Guiding Bolt, excuse me.
I knew what you meant. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so I rolled a hit
Mm-hmm.
in this place that is not supposed to have bright light. Using a ranged attack against I'm hoping it does not go right through it and
Not
set
the
fire
books.
to the entire basement. Okay, I'm rolling to hit.
You say radiant damage.
22.
That's certainly a hit.
Okay. 4d6 radiant damage.
The problem with that is that I have this really long list of damage resistances and damage immunities, and radiant damage is not on either list.
Oh, came to the wrong neighborhood. Okay. 18 damage on 4d6.
Wow. Okay. Well, of course I believe you, Cam. I mean, you're welcome to show the dice, but WoW was not in any way doubting you. You have now done a total of 23 damage to Shemshime. Between everybody.
I've helped.
Furthermore, thanks
Yes.
to the mystical dim light glittering on the target, the next attack roll made against this target has advantage.
Okay.
Well, that
Thank
sounds...
you, Cameron.
Yeah. That sounds very exciting. So, Tobister, what you doing?
How far down the hallway am I? Like, if I perhaps say double my speed, could I get up the stairs to where Shemshine is?
That does sound like a very tabaxi thing.
Yeah, because I have feline agility as just a special trait for being a cat. Makes me go super fast for a turn.
Yeah, I think you would end up also sort of leaping up the stairs, passing Terry, because he's actually stepping on the actual steps.
Oh, yeah. No, just a speedy blur of maximum grace. And then I wanted to use Gust on Shemshine to push him back out of the doorway.
Oh, cool.
So that is a Strength 13 save. Or be pushed 5 feet away from me.
I got a 5.
Looks like the doorway's unblocked.
Looks like the doorway's unblocked. You guys are good at this.
Yeah.
We generate good random numbers. For now.
My spell save DC is not random.
Stab Shadow for 5 damage. I'm helping.
So, Terry, what's the plan?
Plan is just to keep on running, keep on. He's got like 2 fingers against his neck and making good time. And as he sprint, as the shadow, as Shemshine is blown past the door, Terry says it's free action. Thanks very much, Tobister, and keeps running across the middle floor there to the second set of stairs.
So the middle floor has those circles, sort of concentric bookshelves. Now, the center area is open, and you can look up and see the chandelier, which is on the first floor. But remember, the top floor is a series of banisters looking down.
Okay.
So if you take the book up to the top floor, Shemshime will follow you, and then if you cut the chandelier, it will fall to the second floor.
Okay.
Paul, can we have the middle floor map up again, please?
I think I understand this. So if my regular, can I move my total speed and then cast a spell? Is that still possible? Is that
Yes, you can
okay?
move and cast a spell.
Well, then I think it's probably 25 feet to where I can see that upper story banister.
Right. Now, I think Shemshime has been pushed back, so he is sort of in the gap between the two bookshelves, um, on the two circular westernmost
Yeah.
shelves.
Yeah.
So you could run either clockwise or counterclockwise around the room, or you could just run straight into Shemshime, whatever you like. Or you could stand still, or you could go back downstairs.
I could bake more cookies. I could wake up that other tabaxi again and have another conversation. There's lots of options. The world is our playground.
Is
Do you
this
have
a
another
mage hand
teleport?
moment?
I do. I believe I can. Yeah, I have three second level spell slots. 3 second level spell slots. I could cast. My plan was to cast Misty Step again and just put me right up to that banister on the first floor. But if I can't get, if I'd have to go through, yeah, because I'd have to move all the way around that circle, and that's probably more than 25 feet.
Well, if you toss the book to Tobister, you
Ah.
could teleport up to the chandelier.
Oh.
But you'll have to get to where you can see it.
Right. I guess now, seeing Tobister move with such grace and speed, perhaps Terry should not be the one holding the book. Maybe that's the action. Maybe I just sort of rugby pass it behind me to Tobister.
Oh, good.
I feel like Tobister and Terry are the two people who have a chance to actually get to the chandelier.
Right, yeah.
Either teleporting or being a cat.
I guess so. But I can't, at the moment, get to where I need to be to see it to get there. Or can I? Is it possible for me to maneuver around there?
Yeah, we need to give the book to someone who can get to the bottom floor, right?
So you want the book to be on the second floor, because the second floor is where the chandelier will crash.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm already there.
Yeah.
You are on the second floor.
Okay.
The chandelier will crash into the center of the second floor. You want Shemshime in the center of the second floor.
I see.
And then you want someone else, either by teleportation or by cat jumping, to get up to the chandelier and somehow sever it so it crashes down on Shemshime.
I see. I misunderstood where the chandelier was in relative to the floors. So, good question. I think maybe I'm just gonna to keep it simple. I'm just going to run stop to where the shadow for Shemshine is blocking that door, and then that passage through, and run around to try to get to the get in the middle there where my book is. Sorry, get into the middle there where the chandelier could possibly crash down. I'm still going to be bait.
Okay, you're still bait,
Okay.
and you're running clockwise around the room to get to. Okay,
the outer ring.
Understood. Well, then Shemshime is going to pursue you, and he had such an easy time hitting you last time. He's reaching out with that hand. I'm going to roll my die.
And Terry is going to, through his divine abilities, is going to, oh, this is the point where Shemshine rolls a 3. This must be it.
This must be it. So, a 3 only hits
Shemshine
armor class 8.
Baked some cookies earlier to get inspiration.
All right, so failure on his part. Hey, Lyndon, what you doing?
I still want to follow Terry. I'm assuming Terry is going to be killed by this thing, and someone else is going to have to pick up this music box. So if I can,
working on
maneuver around and in front of Terry, that's fine. If I can catch Shemshime and try to stab him, that's fine too. I think having slightly longer legs, maybe I can bridge the gap and still get my my rapier attack off. but I'm not
Yes.
entirely sure of distances yet.
Well, so, and at this point, distance is less important, I think, than just all the geography of the room. So, no one is running in a straight line. No one is sprinting or anything like that. You can do any of the things you've mentioned.
Okay, I will run up to Shemshime and attack him for
Cool.
having the nerve to try to kill my newfound buddy, Terry Fizzlewit. And I roll a 7, and am not normally +1 to
You've got
attack.
inspiration.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll use that. What the hell? I rolled a 4!
Woo!
All right, I stab at this shadow, and it looks like the shadow is getting cut in half. Oh, but then it materializes again. Shadows, they're so tricky.
Stupid shadows. Crane, what you doing?
I guess I should get up to the upper floor.
Okay, as you wish.
I'll just double move.
Okay, so you can get to the second floor, and then you're trying to get to the top floor. Is that what you're saying? So you're just going to run
Yes, I
straight ahead?
want to get to where the chandelier is, or where I
Okay.
can attack the chandelier.
Okay, so when you get to the top floor, you'll be on sort of a balcony, and then up over an open area is the chandelier. So by the time you get there, you'll need a plan for how you're going to be disconnecting the chandelier from the ceiling when you can't stand underneath it.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a couple of spells
Cool.
that may help. I don't know though.
I also don't know. But you make a bunch of progress toward it.
Okay.
Which brings us to Tobister.
I guess I'll run towards the middle of the room.
Okay. Are you to the landing point of the chandelier?
Pretty much.
You can easily get there?
Yeah. Because the chandelier, it doesn't have fire on it. It's bugs. Right? So I can't use, like, my pyrotechnic spell to explode it.
In the library, go figure.
Right? I mean, who picked that spell? It's weird. So I guess I want to be able to help in some way. I can't go fast again. I have to sit still for a bit. So I just want to be off to the side from the middle.
Okay.
Just like not at the giant X on the floor where the chandelier lands. I want to be off of that.
All right. So maybe this turn you get to the middle and you figure out where the giant X is. How's that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, great. So you
Terry, this way.
Okay.
Well, it's Terry's go.
Okay. So I'm coming around the mountain when I come, and I am able. Am I able to? I think I'm able to get around this circle now, so that I'm able to enter through the opposite passage and
Sweet.
arrive roughly where Tobister is. Is
Beauty.
that right? Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so you get there and you're, Tobister said this way, and so you went that way, and there you are.
Yeah.
And Shemshime has other attacks, but honestly, he's got one that's been working pretty well for him. So he's going to run up, and he is going to... Ooh, that's a 15.
Okay. Then now I'm gonna check how shield works, because I can cast.
Adds 5.
And you also...
Yeah, and
you
I
got
have
something
2
from Crane.
That's right. So that puts my AC at a 17.
At a 17?
Yeah.
All right, guess he's not using that attack anymore. Good thing I have other choices. So, Lyndon. People seem to be congregating in the center of this level. You're muted.
Thank you, sorry. Terry has made it into the center underneath the chandelier now?
Yes, he is standing directly underneath the chandelier with Shemshime.
And Crane is trying to make his way to the top of the chandelier?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Do you need any help up there? I want to show to Crane. Like I could potentially mage hand you a dagger or something if you need any help cutting the chandelier down. So I want to try to engage in a tiny bit of conversation, and then I will spend the rest of my turn running up to Shemshime again and stabbing at it uselessly. All right. Yeah, you can have 2 seconds of communication with me, Cam, if you want, right?
This isn't exactly my forte.
Okay. All right, next turn I will be trying to help you then. But this turn, yeah, I rolled a 16.
Okay.
Which I believe... Yeah, I have a +1 on, so it should be a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, cool. And then I get just 1d8 here of 5 damage.
All right. A little bit of that hurts Shemshime, but
Okay.
not as much as you would hope.
Okay.
Varnier's like, I might be able to stun it if you bring it back downstairs. Crane, what you doing?
I'll see if I look at the chandelier. How is it? Is it a rope? Is it a chain holding it to the ceiling?
So there's a central sort of bolted thing that has then a metal cylinder coming down and all sorts of arms and such. That's how it looks. You can give me a perception check for more detail if you like.
I'm just looking for a weak point because basically what I've got now is I've got like I can do radiant damage until like forever. I don't know if that's going to actually bring this thing down though. So I'm looking for a weak point where maybe divine light and holy flame will actually accomplish what I'm trying to do here. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you for explaining. Okay. So, how good are you at your find weak point roll?
Perception or investigation? Perception?
Sure. Whatever you're rolling, I'm going to say yes.
That's a 16, so 20.
Oh, okay. You are successful in your find weak point.
I cast Sacred Flame on it.
Okay.
The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
It fails.
It takes 1d8 radiant damage, which is not a lot, but, you know, maybe we'll get there eventually. Just... I would like to use my inspiration to re-roll that one.
Sure.
That is a 7.
That is much better. All right. You have done some damage. You have made it very obvious where the weak point is. And I think that's your turn?
Makes sense.
Okay. Hey, Tobister. I know that sometimes there are some tabaxi who are cat-like in the sense that they do a whole bunch of action and then they get bored and wander off. Are you that kind of tabaxi?
Some days.
Okay. Is that what's happening now, or are you going to do something else?
It's all right in front of me. Like, is Shemshine under the is on the giant painted X on the floor? Like,
yes.
Is everything lining up?
Shemshime and Terry are directly on the X. Where Terry goes, Shemshime goes.
Does it look like the thing is gonna fall anytime soon?
It's gonna take more damage to that weak point before it falls.
Thing flies. That's a problem. Shock and Grasp's not going to help. I have a crossbow. I'm going to shoot the chandelier.
Cool.
Yeah.
Doink.
I feel like the weak point, it's not moving, but it's still going to be a little bit tricky to
Nat
hit.
20. So
Wow.
25.
Ooh. Do some double dice rolling there.
So that's 18.
Ooh, what happens?
Uh, the cable that attaches the chandelier to the ceiling just twing and just starts to unfurl violently and stretch,
Okay.
giving
That
maybe someone a second to react to get out of the way.
So, like,
so
what's that? Twang, twing, 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 twing.
Yeah.
all right. So the chandelier falls on top of Shemshime, which is a lovely, victorious win. I think we need to find out whether Shemshime is the only one who gets crushed by the chandelier. Because the question now is, do we have Terry experiencing the glories of Ray's dead? So what's Terry doing?
Terry looks up at this large circular shadow descending on him, and he thinks very briefly, "I was wrong. My doom wasn't at the Brantifax Chalet. It may be here." And it's his turn,
Yes.
and so he misty steps 30 feet to the left. I would like to do that, please.
That will work.
Okay.
You guys win.
Yay!
There's a large explosion as the chandelier hits the ground.
Yeah, Crinkle's like, oh, this is going to take forever to clean up.
Fireflies.
Congratulations. There were a lot of like random encounters and clues that I didn't put in that I cut for time or because I don't like traumatizing little girls. So good job winning it anyway, even without all of those clues. Varnier finally gets up and she's got her little poultice and she's like, we just need to smear this on it. Oh dear. Oh dear. But the song is out of your head. I think that probably for the rest of your life, you'll have it in the back there and you're like, how did that song go? No, mustn't remember. I feel like maybe you have little magical tattoos with just the first few words of the curse, because you didn't actually manage to kill Shemshime. You just crushed him. If you'd taken him down to 0 hit points, that could have finished him off. But I'm sure this is fine. It'll be a few hundred years before he comes back again.
Yeah.
Got to put the genie back in the bottle, right?
Yeah.
I just have a tattoo that says "See a mother." Right.
So congratulations on that win. I think we're done. So thank you for watching Dice Friends. This has been episode 4 of Candlekeep Mysteries, featuring Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme by Ari Levitch. Please join us in a week for more.
Bye.
Bye.